This is session number 1 of Nutrition 218, Maternal and Child Nutrition. We're starting off with the nutrition basics. This will give you a good idea of an overview of nutrition if you haven't already had a nutrition class before. The Council on Food Nutrition of the AMA states nutrition as meaning the science of food, the nutrients and substances therein, their action, interaction, and balance in relation to health and disease, and the process by which we ingest, absorb, transport, utilize, and excrete food substances. Learning about nutrition. In order to learn about what causes disease and how nutrition links to health, scientists use the scientific method while doing research and report their findings in peer-reviewed journals. The nutrition field, especially sports nutrition, is full of quackery products in which the companies making unproven claims on a product to entice a person to buy it, when it's likely that the product's useless. Research design methods. Scientific research studies are continually submitted and reflect the current state of nutrition knowledge available. Laboratory studies are common when attempting to find out what nutritional substances may cause cancer in rats and therefore possibly cause cancer in humans. Case studies are done for individual situations but may not be of value unless several case studies can be compared. Epidemiological studies use certain populations to determine the relationship of various risk factors to diseases or health problems. An example would be comparing the American diet to the diet of southern Italy and finding that Americans have a much higher heart disease rate and a much higher saturated fat intake. Intervention or experimental studies manipulate an independent variable to observe the outcome in a dependent variable. An example would be to discover a cause and effect relationship. When done blindly, without the subjects of the study knowing their role or product in the study, then results of well-controlled experimental studies can be considered valid. Consumers are bombarded by supplement companies, advertisements, and commercials recommending one to try a particular product. Quackery is rampant in nutrition. Some elements of nutritional quackery are that the claims too good to be true, it claims to have a secret formula, it makes unrealistic guarantees or claims weight loss of greater than a pound a week. It uses star testimonials, and it claims that non-essential nutrients are essential. Sometimes evaluating claims can be difficult because it's not easy to control all the variables in studies with human beings. Numerous physiological, psychological, and biomechanical factors influence the human body and vary day to day, and the results of one study with humans does not prove anything. Remember, buyer beware. So we've discussed where our nutrition information comes from, but what and how much should we eat? In order for a person to go about learning what and how much to eat, first one would learn the body's nutrient needs and next categorize those needs, then learn the foods to meet those needs. Additionally, if one learns how to think critically about food choices, read labels, and evaluate foods, then he or she is ready to apply all of this information to create a personalized food plan. Let's start with categorizing the body's nutrient needs. There are about 45 essential nutrients that need to be obtained either from the diet or supplements. Those nutrients include glucose, 2 essential fatty acids, 9 essential amino acids, 13 vitamins, about 21 minerals, and water. The simple classification categories are carbohydrates, fats or lipids, protein, vitamins, minerals, and water. All of these are essential for every cell in the body and for human life to exist. Let's take a look at a calorie. A calorie in nutrition is a measurement of energy measured in a bomb calorimeter that measures the amount of heat it takes to raise the temperature of 1 gram of water by 1 degree Celsius. Food is measured in kilocalories or kcal. Calories with a large C, spelled with a large C, on the nutrition label are really kilocalories or food calories. So in nutrition, basically calories and energy is the same thing. We get our calories or energy from 4 different sources. 3 energy-yielding sources, carbohydrates, protein, and fat, and another energy-yielding source that isn't a nutrient, alcohol, which is a toxin. So once again, 3 energy nutrients that provide calories to fuel the cells are carbs, fats, and protein. Carbohydrates provide 4 calories, or kilocalories, the proper term, per gram, and can be generally classified as complex or simple. Most people should consume a majority, 65 to 75% of their calories from carbohydrates. Lipids provide 9 calories per gram and can be generally classified as unsaturated or saturated when discussing the fatty acid makeup of the triglycerides. The government recommends less than 30–35% of the calories come from lipids, but many nutritionists recommend less than 20%. The newest government guidelines allow up to 35% for some populations, although it's not essential. Proteins offer 4 calories per gram and will be approximately 10–15% of one's calories if the appropriate grams for amount of calories is chosen. Calculating 0.8 grams per kilogram of body weight works for most average adults. A fourth contributor to energy is the toxin called alcohol that provides 7 calories per gram, but it is not considered a nutrient. The standard American diet, or the SAD diet, is an energy nutrient breakdown that's quite different from the recommendations. It's composed primarily of animal fats, animal protein, and simple and refined carbohydrates. Vegetables, fruits, and whole grains are rarely consumed in an adequate quantity in the average American or U.S. person's diet. Let's look at how the food label shows these energy-yielding nutrients and how these calculations can be done. Study the chart here to see how you can calculate the calories of a product by knowing this formula of the 4, 4, and 9. Also, one can calculate the percentage of fats, carbohydrates, and proteins by finding the calories for each, then doing a basic percentage problem dividing each of the calories individually by the total calories. See the slide for details. The non-energy yielding nutrients are those that don't provide calories. Organic fat and water-soluble vitamins and inorganic trace and major minerals do not provide energy and calories, but they are vital in the body's metabolic functioning. Water is the 6th category of nutrient and vital to the life of every cell in the body. It's a solvent, lubricant, medium for transport, and temperature regulator that makes up the majority, about 2/3 of our body weight, and yields no energy. There are 4 general functions of nutrients in foods. The nutrients in foods offer energy for every cell in the body, the growth and repair of tissue, regulating metabolism, and to provide water for every cell. So we've looked at the nutrient needs of the body, and we've looked at categorizing those. But what influences our food choices? Many factors, such as childhood experiences, peer influences, education, income amount, health reasons, convenience, and many more. Although one's nutritional status is only one influence of your food choices, we can look at someone's nutritional health as desirable, undernutrition, or overnutrition. The condition of undernutrition may lead to depleted nutrient stores and reduced biochemical functioning that become measurable by clinical signs and symptoms. The condition of overnutrition may be caused by excess calories and fat and lead to obesity. It may also involve excessive use of vitamins and minerals that leads to imbalances or toxicities, although excess energy is the most common condition in the United States, not undernutrition. One's nutritional status can be assessed by the ABCD and now E method of nutritional assessment. Anthropometrics include measurements such as weight and height. The B, standing for biochemical analysis, includes blood and urine tests. C, clinical assessment, includes recognizing signs and symptoms of deficiencies or excesses. And D, diet history, is a method of assessment that looks at what a person's been eating that, when combined with other methods of assessment, helps in evaluating the overall picture of assessment. Economic status, the E, is an additional factor when assessing one's nutritional intake, since malnutrition occurs more frequently in lower income families. This slide gives some examples of the ABCDE methods of nutritional assessment.